Yeah.
Go ahead, man. Sit down.
Huh?
Just sit down. Right. I think that'll sink in. Let's do it all together. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Dang.
All right, and we're back again with another episode of you guys. I'm Luis.
Hector.
And today we have
Floyd.
Let me tell you, this is a cool guy, man. I've never met him, but when I walked in, I was feeling the vibe. It's, the conversation y'all were having. I was like, yo, I feel like this dude is bomb.
Appreciate it. No problem, man.
Man.
I wasn't gonna miss it, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah. Just like always, well, not like always, but this dude drove all the way from Wilson just to be on the podcast.
2-5.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Waco World for driving all the way from Maryland to be on the podcast. But anything over an hour, it's just like, dang, you're awesome. So, thank you guys. So today we have Floyd. Floyd, you want to introduce yourself?
I go by the name of Floyd. From Wilson, North Carolina. 252 was good. That's really about it, man.
So let's give the people a little description of maybe a little bio of what you do, how you came to that.
Got you. So I make music, hip hop, rap, whatever you would call it. I write poetry as well. Probably been rapping maybe seriously since I was about 19, just turned 24. Okay. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you usually do you perform your poetry anywhere?
Not the poetry. I haven't done anything yet. I'm still trying to break out of that shell, so I have to do it eventually. But as of right now, it's just the music.
Yeah, okay. And wait, did you say you were a producer as well?
No,
producer.
No. I don't make beats. No.
You don't make beats. Okay.
I don't touch that. No, I don't touch that.
Okay.
Nah.
And how did you come across this artistic influence that you are now? How did you become that artistic influence?
Got you. So I started out writing R&B songs, believe it or not.
Okay.
I was like, this is the perfect way to get the girls.
Hey,
so I'm gonna just like,
you gotta start somewhere. Yeah.
This is how I'm gonna get the girls. I'm gonna just write these songs. So I started writing R&B songs, and I was like, I'm actually pretty good at rapping as well.
Hey.
So before you know it, it kind of transitioned from just doing the R&B to me kind of meshing the two together. And with where I'm at now, it's just trying to figure out a way to blend the genres together. So
awesome. Yeah, you don't see that often, mixing rap and R&B. Well, sometimes, but not too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any of those out?
No,
haven't done any?
No R&B music out yet. Yes. No, not yet. I do have this. I have this one. I don't know if I've sent it to you. What is this joint called Down that I have on my SoundCloud where I'm singing the hook. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's like not too much stuff we're releasing.
Yeah, you're really other than rapping, you're really big into the singing because I took the time to listen to a lot of your music.
Appreciate it.
That's why I caught on too, because even though this is the first time that Luis is meeting Floyd, I met Floyd over at Emerge over in Raleigh at the Lyrics. Was it
Lyrics Still Matter? Yes. Shout outs to Cliff. Yes.
Still Matter? Is it
Lyrics? I think it was Lyrics Still. Yeah, it was Lyrics Still Matter. Yes.
Yeah. At that event a couple weeks back, and that's where I met him. I saw him perform on stage. And he was performing. Which one was it? You Don't Know?
Yes.
That song, bro.
I don't know if I did. It might have been Careful. Maybe I don't remember. I don't know if I did. You Don't Know though.
No, you did. You did that one, and then you did. Which one was it?
I did one called Ready.
The one when you're talking about the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Yes, Ready. Yes.
That one.
Yes.
I heard that one. I'm like, oh shit. How did the bar go? It was like the weight of the world.
The weight of the world on my shoulders, and I forgot that it was even heavy.
Yeah, dude. When you said that, I was like,
damn.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's why I came up to you and I introduced myself. I'm like, yeah, dude, I really fuck with you. Maybe one day we can do something. But that's how I met him. So this is the second time that we're meeting up. But yeah, that was
appreciate it.
A dope event. And like I said, your music is really, really dope, and we just want to see it grow. That's why we have it.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
And as well, some people listen to you that are watching us, but for the people who don't listen to you, where do all these deep lyrics come from, or poetry in other words? Where does this come from? Does it come from an experience? Does it just come from observations?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yes.
A lot of the stuff that you talk about is like
deep.
some deep stuff.
Yeah.
The majority of it is definitely experience. I would probably say, I would say maybe 30% of it is observation, and then the other 70 will probably be from stuff that I've actually went through. So yeah, I try to make sure that I tackle both of those as best as I can, because it's like there's never a listener whose ear you how should I word that? There's always someone who would be able to relate to something that you've been through, either something that you've seen. Yeah. So it's like I try to always make sure to tackle all angles. So it's basically
There's something too that like what you just said is a good point too, that like you can make anybody can relate to whatever thing that you're talking about.
Exactly.
Because like sometimes, well, it does still happen to me at times. Like I get too caught up in my own situation or the environment around me or my adversity or whatever, and I think like, oh shit, like I'm the only one going through this, but like no, there's many people who have gone through the same thing as me, and that's one thing that like we were talking off screen about Gary Vaynerchuk. That's something about that he talks about. He says that like if anybody who looked like you went through the same things as you and they made it, then you can too.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's something that that I vibe with a lot too. So that's a good point.
That's dope.
Kind of switching gears real quick. One question that I usually always have, but I always forget to ask. At the end of the day, you're a poet. You write music, but poets are songwriters.
Yes.
Were you ever good at English in English class in high school or college?
It's crazy,
bro.
Like that. It's crazy you asked that. I wouldn't call myself like a bad student at all. Like I just didn't apply myself.
Yeah.
But I was always passing English.
Really?
Like no matter what else I was failing, I had like at least a 90 in English. Like I always made it my job to make sure that I was like doing pretty good in English. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's crazy you asked that because people you would think exactly like it is.
I mean it correlates. So that's good. That's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did they have any like clubs or anything like where you could practice your writing or poetry or whatever?
We had like the clubs and like the after school things. I was never into those though, so I was like, yo,
you're in your own lane.
When I go to school, I'm at school, but when I leave school, I don't want to think about school.
There you go.
So I'm like, I'm trying to get in and out.
The clubs always sounded so much fun, but I'm like, dude, I'm already here for like 7-8 hours.
I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be
like, some people who do a lot of clubs, they literally live at school.
That's their life.
I can't do that.
I can't do it.
I can't do that. Shoot.
The only thing I was actually willing to actually spend time with. So we both graduated from Durham School of the Arts.
Gotcha.
And one thing that I actually enjoyed a lot there, and I feel actually I didn't appreciate it enough when I was still there, is I took chorus.
Gotcha. Me too.
And that was literally like the biggest thing at that school. Like chorus and singing is like the big thing there now. Especially now. Like at least half the school is in chorus. But like that was the only thing really that I spent.
Yeah, me too, man. That's how it was. It's like, yo, I might go to chorus practice, but other than that, I wasn't trying to be in school any longer than I needed to be. I'm like, yo, this is a dub.
The only thing that I committed to after school in my 4 years at DSA, 7 years at DSA, was soccer. That's all. Gotcha. I didn't mess around with no tutoring, not even tutoring, man.
Dude, I didn't.
I'm like, I don't care if I'm failing this class. I'll find.
I just want to go home.
I'm trying to go home. I'll find, Khan Academy or something. But no, just no tutoring, please.
That's so true, though.
And of course, the normal ASD. I always went to ASD. But
wow. Yeah. Those were the days, though. Those were the days. I remember sitting at ASD a few days, like, man, I don't want to be here, but I shouldn't have did what I did. So. You do the crime, you gotta do the time. So
I think I've ever gotten ASD, honestly.
Kudos.
I wasn't really much of a troublemaker or anything like that. So I mean, I didn't. Not even for like tardies, like I didn't, or anything like that.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah, me was a mixture of tardies and a couple trouble situations in middle school. I was in middle school. High school was calm. Yeah, but Tardy, I was always late to class, man. Yo, them females, bruh.
They'll get you into something.
Females, man.
It's always the
They'll get you
females,
into
bruh.
something. Yeah.
It's not even the bros, it's the females, man. Shoot. But yeah. Yeah, did you ever have to go through that in high school or nah?
They never got me to ASD, but
Okay.
I definitely get what you're saying. But for me, it was more so just like you said, tardies.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to be hella late, so I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I have to take my punishment. I have to take my punishment.
True.
Yeah.
True. So you met him at what
Emerge.
was it? Emerge.
Emerge.
What are some other events that you perform at, or locations, or do you perform in Wilson?
I do.
A lot? Okay.
Not in Wilson a lot. No,
Okay.
there's like we was talking about this off camera. There's not really that much of an outlet there. But I had the pleasure of doing Free Things in Life Festival not too long ago.
Dude, I wanted to go
Yeah, I
there,
had the
but
pleasure of
didn't
doing
work.
that. Yeah, so other than that, and lyrics still matter. Though I haven't really done that much.
Okay.
I work like so much, so it makes it kind of hard for me to get out and do shows like I know I
yeah.
need to. But I definitely look forward to doing it a lot more in the future. So
Of course,
absolutely,
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
yeah.
Thank you. Do you have a favorite event, like a favorite, not even event, just a performance
Mm-hmm.
where you just loved it, like you enjoyed it?
I guess I'm assuming like you've been to other people's or like.
Oh yeah,
just
definitely,
been to them,
definitely.
so-
Yeah. It would probably be Lyrics Still Matter. Like I feel like that's probably my first event.
artists.
Yeah, where there were a ton of amazing artists on the bill. Shout out to everyone else who performed. Ton of amazing artists, and I felt like for me personally, I was 100% prepared.
Okay.
Like I usually would never rehearse for shows, but for that one, I was like, yo, I want to make sure, that I'm doing my best. Like I want to make sure everything is A1. So I'm actually like putting in time going over stuff and rehearsing more than I would usually do. So it would definitely be that one, man. Yeah.
Okay. So before we started recording, you and Hector were talking about different artists, and
Yes.
Would you have a group or an individual North Carolina artist where you just like, yo, I admire you, you're my favorite, like favorite North Carolina artist, basically.
Favorite
other than yourself.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's really tough.
Or a group,
Group. Yo, that's a good one. That's a good one.
There's just so many, dude.
There's a lot, yeah, and I
There's a
don't want
lot,
to.
yeah.
There's a lot. I guess I'm gonna just. Can we come back to this question?
Yeah.
Can we come back to this question?
Yeah, 'cause there's a lot.
That's a
There's
tough
lot,
one.
yeah.
That's
I
a
don't
good
blame
one.
you.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't
That's a
blame
good
you,
one.
yeah.
I wasn't
blame you.
prepared.
Well, I guess.
Who'd
just to
yours?
kinda-
Yeah, or who would y'all's be? I'm curious at who.
Honestly,
So far?
I didn't meet him too well. It's been kind of a minute since I've met him, but Leon Gamble.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah, he's dope. He's dope.
Yo.
He's dope. His performance was amazing.
Yes.
His performance was amazing.
Yeah,
I learned a lot. Yeah, I learned a lot from his set. I'm like, yo, okay, I have to start doing this when I perform. I have to start doing this. So I really
I
learned
was
a lot
actually
from his
like
set.
the day that we had him on here as well. Like
Mhm.
I was in the after we finished doing the whole interview thing. He took me through the whole process of like I saw him like in the process of making that
Gotcha.
EP, and I'm like, oh shoot, just to see like the
Yeah.
final product. I'm like,
Exactly.
whoa.
Yeah,
It was kind of cool, you know.
it's a surreal
But,
process, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I really enjoy his stuff. Like he's a real one.
It's phenomenal.
But there's so many. I honestly I don't want to pick a favorite because
Yeah.
I know that's kind of like
Cliche.
so
Yeah.
much.
Just pick one, man. Just pick one. Just pick
But
one.
Yeah,
like,
right.
there's just
Yeah.
so many people that I'm like just trying to show love to.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
And, like,
Exactly.
can't
I could
do
probably
it.
give y'all a list of who I like a lot, but
Okay.
a favorite is definitely tough as hell.
Yeah, it is.
Favorite
Yeah,
is
you're
tough,
right,
man.
you're right,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess kind of like to upgrade that question a little bit. I guess we were talking about a bigger artist, so I guess talk about like your influences growing up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
what music you listen to, who influenced your style.
It's weird. So this is kind of what got me started. Like I said, when I was doing the R&B songs, I was like, yo, this is how I'm gonna get the girls. Well, my sister used to take me to school every morning, and she would always be in the car playing like Usher and B2K
Yeah.
and like R. Kelly and
Bruh.
damn Genuine. So I'm like, yo, these dudes are fire.
Yeah.
But on more of the hip hop side, I would definitely go with Eminem. Listen to a lot of Eminem. Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Rap guy.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, you mentioned him in your
definitely.
music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Eminem, Jay-Z. Who else? Outkast.
Outkast.
I like Outkast as a whole. Don't get me wrong, like Andre 3000 is dope, Big Boy's dope as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like we wouldn't have the Outkast legacy if they weren't a group. So it's like when I give them their credit, I like to give them their credit as a group.
Yeah.
So who do I have so far? Jay-Z, Eminem, Outkast. Definitely Wayne, Lil Wayne.
Okay.
I think Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne, Carter 5 out now. You have to listen to it. You have to listen to it. You have to. And who else? I like Royce the 5'9". Royce the 5'9".
No idea who that is.
Royce is dope. Big Pun. I'm a huge Big Pun fan. You have to listen to Big Pun. Like, who else? Rakim.
Oh yeah.
Nas.
Okay.
Yeah, Nas, Rakim, MF Doom, guys like that. So, yeah. I listen to a lot of the older stuff, but at the same time, I still try to listen to the modern stuff. So it's like J. Cole would obviously inspire me as well. Kendrick Lamar, Drake, all those guys. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Shoot, that's awesome,
man.
Yeah, man. As far as poetry, like you, like, what do you do with that? Like, you just, is it more so just to like help your lyricism for rapping better, or is it like your rapping helps? I don't know if that's like,
Vice versa.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like
That's so it's weird you asked me that. So one of the things that I want to get in the habit of doing is using my poetry for like interludes and stuff like that. So I would definitely say that it helps, with the music overall. But yeah, it's a weird process how I write, because with the poetry, usually what I'm doing is I would listen to like a piano instrumental or even like, I don't know, some sort of ambiance music, and before you know it, the words are just sort of flowing out. But I would definitely say overall it assists with creating music.
Oh, okay, so like that's kind of like your kind of like process to making a song. Like you listen to the beat or the song or the instrumental first, and then you put the words into it, or you make the words and then you try to pick and choose like what goes where with the music.
Yeah, so no, that's just for like the poetry itself. With the music, it'll vary. So it's like I may listen to a beat for an hour or so, and then I'm just, before you know it, I'm in my room mumbling, trying to come up with how I'm gonna start. But with the poetry itself, once I finish a poem, I'm like, well, how can I word this? When I'm writing, I can tell if within maybe like the first few lines or so, I'll know, okay, this is a poem, or I can turn this into a song, or vice versa.
That's interesting, because
it's cool.
Compared to other artists, that's kind of backwards, but that's interesting because not many people. I've never met somebody or like an artist that could do that. Because I'm like, that seems like impossible. I feel like it would be impossible for other artists as well, which is it's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Shoot, that's
interesting.
That's hard though, man. Hey,
have you ever tried to write a song, Lucas?
Heck no.
You should give it a shot.
I mean, poetry, like I have
really?
a couple, like a journal that I used to write in, but other than that, nah.
It's good relief, man, if you ask me. It's great relief, because it's like with poetry, and even with music, like anything, in the creative field, there's nothing that's right and there's nothing that's wrong. So it's like when you're writing, you can just write and write, and there's no one can tell you, oh, this, you should have done this differently, or you should have done this differently. So
and yet people still try to do that.
Exactly. Like,
it's crazy.
Let it be.
It's crazy.
Like it's so subjective. Like you can't like tell, especially now. Like even though there are like genres of music and like whatever, but like music is just like such a broad thing that you can make whatever. Because there's a what's the word? I wouldn't say market, but like a group of people who will listen to that whatever that you make.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
Matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's crazy because like now, for some reason, you make a name of yourself and then you make the music. For some reason, that's what I've seen, like a trend that I've been seeing. Like people, before they get the following for their music before they even make music.
Yes. I've been seeing that happen a lot too. Which I can't, I would like, if I could do the same thing, I don't blame them. Like it's a dope approach to take if you ask me, because it's like, you may not have a song out, but if you have 80,000 followers, you know that as soon as that song drops, you have hopefully at least 10% of them will go stream the song. So it's like, or go listen to it. So
I was still kind of like trying to connect what he said.
Yeah.
It didn't quite click.
All right, let me give you an example.
No, but he said it in like.
Okay.
Because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because some people do that. They're like maybe like in a different field or like they do
Yeah,
art,
yeah.
and then they start making music like, hey,
Right.
Which is
music
totally
now.
okay, you know.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
okay, you know. It's like
It just depends on like how it's done. I guess.
Yeah,
What you're trying to say.
Yeah.
there was an example. It didn't work out for him, but it's still an example. It's this dude, a binder from North Carolina, and then he moved to LA to make music. But his music is not the best. Not the best. Like lyrics wise, it's just not. It's just like, what are you saying, dude?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Dang, I can't remember his name.
But I really like it a lot when like artists or I guess rappers or musicians or whatnot who also like do poetry on the side. Like I like it because I know like not everybody does it. You know, they just rap or they just make music. But like people who actually like practice that craft as well on the side and they separate the two.
Yeah.
Like I like that a lot because for one, like poetry has a lot of like what's the word? Metaphors or wordplay.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
and like you can incorporate that a lot into your music. And I like music. Well, this is my opinion. But I like music that has like a lot of wordplay, and like metaphors and stuff like that. Because it's you can just like connect with it whichever way you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I really enjoy that in music.
Yeah, having meaning to the music. Yeah,
exactly.
Which is how I said earlier. It's something we lack nowadays.
Yeah.
Probably not a lot of music. Meaning, actual substance and meaning. There's a lot of
Gucci gang.
Oh my God, man! I mean,
like,
don't get me
hype
wrong.
Music.
It's hype music, but it's like there's no substance to it. There's no real substance to it.
That's just my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really enjoy hype music like that a lot.
Gotcha.
I know like a lot of people like it, but it's just not my thing.
Understandable. Yeah, to each his own. It's like
Yeah.
I think I try to give everyone a shot. Like I'll listen to anything at least once, and then it's at least with me personally. I'm not gonna ride around listening to like an Eminem album 24/7. Like I can't do.
You gotta have some variety in there.
Exactly. Like on the way up here, I was playing Astro World, and like I like Young Dolph. So I was listening to Young Dolph on the way up here, but it's like I feel like there are always
certain artists for certain moods and certain energies and things like that.
Yeah.
So again, to each his own. So I mean, don't get me wrong. When that EP from Leon Gamble was released, I listened to it on repeat. And but then I did end up changing it up. Gotcha. Yeah, you need variety.
Exactly.
Of course.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You want to ask that random question that we
had? Yeah. Guys, so now we're going to start changing things up a little bit, just to make it a little funner and interesting. We're going to scroll down random questions and stop on one and then ask the guest.
Kind of like we did a little bit ago.
Yeah.
When it was just me and Luis.
Yeah, so truly, when I scrolled down, I stopped on a question that I usually ask, so I kept on scrolling. But the question we ended up on is, what's something that you will never do again? It's crazy.
I will never quit a job without having another one lined up. Or without having a certain amount of money in my account to know that I'll be straight.
There you go, yeah.
I made that mistake once. That is something I will never do again.
Yeah.
Like ever.
Yeah.
You're just done with it, huh?
I couldn't take it, bro. Like I literally clocked into work. I think my shift was from like 10 to 7. At 10:40, I just like, you know what? This is it. This is it.
40 minutes.
This is it. Yes, I was like, yo, I've had enough.
Do you mind telling us what job it was?
Yeah, it was a call center. It's a place in Rocky Mount.
Call center?
Yes, call center.
Yeah.
Yes. And call centers to me aren't even really that bad, but that one I was just like, yo, I can't do this.
What company was it for? Do you mind us telling?
I forgot the name of it, but it was like this medicine company.
Medicine?
Some medicine shit. Yeah.
Dang.
And I'm like, yo.
You're not into medicine.
I'm not into medicine anymore. Like, I'm getting cursed out because your prescription is wrong. This isn't my fault. And I'm like, and I'm just like, yo, y'all can have it, bro. Y'all can have it. Yeah. Y'all can have it.
Yeah, man, that gets to you, man. Having somebody issue you every day.
Exactly. Yeah.
I bet you want to do it in person.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. Spot up, Curtis.
And it's crazy. One of the ongoing jokes at the place was like, yo, would you come to work knowing that you just won the lottery? And I'm like, yeah, I absolutely would. Like, I would go to work and pretend like I'm not even rich. And that day on the phone, I would just have as much fun. Oh, your order didn't came? Too bad. Yo, because I'm like, today's my last day, so I'm good. Like, it's my last day working. I don't care. Like, that's like,
this is too funny, man. That'd be the funniest ish ever, man. It's too funny.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yo, you got me thinking now, man. Shoot.
Don't do that though. If you're, I wouldn't advise you do that, unless of course you have the 6 lucky Powerball numbers. And other than that, I probably wouldn't advise it.
Yeah, of course.
So going back to like the music, we talk about other people.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about what you have going.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
one of the songs, like we've already mentioned a couple of your songs that I listened to,
Mm-hmm.
and I enjoyed. But one that I was like really interested in, and it's probably like your most listened to song. I don't know.
Probably
the,
so.
Was it the You Don't Know?
Yes.
That one.
Probably so. Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about like the backstory where that came from? Because I saw the video that you had on YouTube where you were going through the whole like studio process of recording the song. And,
appreciate you checking it out. Thank you.
It was interesting. I really actually I was gonna mention that to you when I met up with you.
Got you.
Saying that I enjoyed those videos and I think that you should do more.
Yeah.
Because I think people will enjoy watching those behind the scenes videos of like you making a song.
Got you.
What you're doing.
Got you.
That's what people like seeing, you know?
I agree.
Yeah, I want you to talk a little bit on that song.
So the song in itself is basically just, I guess you would say, a middle finger to those who never believed in you or wanted to support or whatever you would need. If it's just a simple you're doing good or call to check on me or I'm down and out, you're nowhere to be found. It was basically just me making that statement to those people who I felt like may have done something wrong to me at one point that I definitely wouldn't have done to them. Mm-hmm. So that's basically the result of that. So I wanted to make that statement.
You haven't listened to it, go listen to it.
Please go listen to it. If you don't know, it's out right now. Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. Please go check it out.
Do you, by any chance, use Anchor or no? Do you know what Anchor is?
It's crazy. I heard it brought up, but I haven't looked into it since then. So
we use
Anchor.
Anchor.
It's more for a podcast.
Yeah, it's more for podcasts, but it kind of you upload it into Anchor, but it streams it on other platforms as well. So
because the other platforms are also podcasts.
Yeah. So
it wouldn't be very relevant.
True.
Unless I start a podcast.
Which
I probably won't.
One day.
I'll just come on here and talk to y'all.
That's cool. We don't mind.
That app, it actually uploads like our podcast to Spotify. So I didn't even have to email them or anything personally. They just automatically.
That's dope. That's dope.
It's on SoundCloud, Spotify.
So basically distributes it everywhere.
Everything.
That's cool.
The only thing that I have to do manually is SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I did say SoundCloud was in the list, but no, it's not. I have to do that one manually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more.
It's just one though, so exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
I know this is early in the video, I think, but where can the people find you? Like, where are you at? What platforms?
Twitter, Instagram.
You and your music, of course.
Yes, absolutely. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's all Floyd 2 times, but you're gonna spell it out. So Floyd, Floyd, TWOTIMES. And that's everything. Instagram, Twitter, again, YouTube, SoundCloud. And that's basically it. And the links to my Spotify, Apple Music, those are gonna be in one of those bios. So
okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Go listen to it.
Please.
Guys, music is fucking fire.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Like I was listening to it a lot these past couple of days because I just needed to listen.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Definitely added 2 more supporters, 2+ supporters to your fan base, which is awesome.
I like saying these things too, But at the same time, I feel like some people who might listen to this, because you know how people are these days, they're like, oh, they're just trying to kiss ass or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, no,
man.
The reason why we have people like this on the podcast is because we've done like research. We've looked at these people ahead of time, and I might have seen them or perform or whatnot or whatever, but like I legit like the music.
Yeah.
It's all genuine doing, and I respect the hustle.
Absolutely.
You know?
We would not have somebody we don't. What can I say? I don't want to say.
We try to at least.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like,
Okay. So I'm not gonna say people we don't agree with just because I cannot agree with you, but still have you on the podcast and have a civilized conversation.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I want to say, what's the word, man?
What do you mean?
Like for people we wouldn't have on the podcast, like people that just. I don't know. Like maybe bad influences. I don't know. Like, well, that's not even the word.
I guess just not an overall good vibe.
Yeah. There you go. A person that we don't vibe with. Yeah, we vibe with.
Appreciate it, man.
You know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
But going back to your social, actually, I was gonna say this before I started rambling. The username Floyd 2 times.
Yes.
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Like, why Floyd 2 times?
I don't know. That's the $1 million question. I can't answer
Yeah.
that. It's like it just popped in my head one day, and I was like, "Yo,
Floyd,
this is what," because I wanted
not
it to be
Floyd, just
exactly.
Floyd.
I don't, because I'm like, I don't know, bro. I didn't want to just go with anything like too
because
off.
it's just your social that's that, but like you like your stage name is just Floyd.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So I want to have that changed ultimately in the future to where I can just because it's this guy on Twitter and his ad is just Floyd by itself. But he hasn't tweeted since like 2010.
Wow.
So I'm like, Twitter, if y'all see this, can I have his handle, please?
Twitter needs to do what Instagram did and delete all the inactive accounts. You know?
Yes, exactly.
They did that.
Bro, this guy hasn't tweeted since like March of 2010. And I'm like, yo, there's no sense in me trying.
Huh?
When did Instagram do that?
It was a minute ago, but I just know.
Mistaken, I think they'll like.
A lot of accounts got deleted. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Something has to happen. Twitter, please look out. Please look out.
One of the questions. So how I said earlier, I was scrolling through random questions and I landed on one, and it's the question that I usually ask. So I'm gonna ask that question. Where do you see yourself, or where do you want to see yourself in 10 years?
10 years. 10 years. It's a long time.
It's a long time, bro.
It's quite a while. It's quite a while.
34, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. First and foremost, I would wish that I'm alive.
Oh yeah.
I don't really think I would want to like rap until my 40s. I mean, obviously Jay-Z has done it. Yeah, obviously Jay-Z has done it. Eminem, and I would, love to have that type of longevity, which I hope that I will. But
how old is Kanye West?
That's a good question. I think he's like 37.
Yeah, I think
really. Okay, close to 40s. Yeah, that was right.
But yeah, I would, like you said, I would definitely want to stay in the music. So I can't make beats at all, bro. Like I've tried several times. It's just not me.
Okay.
Maybe like executive producing or something like that, or just trying to A&R or stuff like that. But
do you see yourself maybe managing, being a manager to an artist?
To a degree, I can definitely see myself. To a degree, because I have friends, like I was telling Hector off camera, I have friends that do music, and I'll send them informative material all the time, like YouTube videos and different shit. And I'm like, yo, check this out, or check this out. You might can use it. You might can apply this. So I definitely think that's something I could see myself maybe doing.
Do you think you would enjoy doing it?
Absolutely. Yeah, because it's like I don't have management myself yet, so it's like that rush. It's a lot to do, but at the same time, the rush of that feeling that I need to kind of get stuff done it gives me the drive. So I definitely feel like I could step in and do it for someone else if need be. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
You actually mentioned, you said this when you were asked that question initially. And it brought up another topic that I wanted to kind of bring up. I know it's kind of, I don't know if it's a little off topic or not, but you said well into your 30s you still want to be alive.
Yes.
And that's something that I wanted to talk about, because I know recently, like, it's been a lot of discussion about like young artists,
Yes,
like,
dying,
and stuff
yeah,
like that.
Exactly.
And it's interesting that you said that.
Yeah,
Like,
oh yeah, without a doubt,
So,
you never know
like,
what someone's going through, and it's
Yeah.
like at the end of the, we all have demons that we try to fight,
Yeah,
but at the
of
same
course.
time, it's like I don't really know. I don't want to word this the wrong way, but I feel like there would always be like some sort of light at the end of the tunnel, if you
Yeah.
would say so.
Yeah.
I just hope and pray that I don't get to that dark of a space where I'm going down that path. So yeah, man.
That's at every level too. Like artists that are just starting out as well. I heard there was one in Greensboro not too long ago. I think he got shot.
Yeah.
And
Really? Yeah, and that too is like the violence is another thing. It's like you'll never really know. That's why I just try to always.
He was starting out. His music wasn't too bad. I liked it. Listened to it. Dang, he was so young.
He got shot and killed?
Shot and killed, yeah. I think he was like 17, dude. This dude was young, dude.
Rest in peace.
Yo, he definitely had potential in the future in the music industry. Yeah.
That's unfortunate, man.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
So,
Never know, you could be here one day and gone tomorrow. So.
Yeah.
Man.
Not even tomorrow. It's like a couple hours.
Exactly.
Minutes,
Right. Exactly.
Like it just ends. It can just end like that. In a second. In a blink of an eye.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Shit, I just lost my train of thought again, man. This always happens on camera.
It did.
You're like,
I feel like this part should be edited towards and show towards the end. Like that's because that's
Yo, we should. Yeah.
Like how much you should be thankful for.
Yeah, man.
It's real life though. At the end of the day,
It is
so
real life,
exactly. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's why I believe like people do what they do. Like you're doing this music thing because you believe it's gonna help you in some form or fashion.
Absolutely.
We're doing this because we believe it's gonna help us in some form or fashion. At the same time, though, we're like, I think that like life is more so not just helping yourself, but also helping
others.
other people around you as well. And you might not know it, but your music might be helping somebody somewhere right now.
Exactly.
Us doing this, we're helping some people gain some form of entertainment or discover your music and gain something out of that, But yeah,
that's dope, man. That's crazy. It's crazy.
You gotta work towards something that you love and do it with a passion, and
for sure,
live life like that.
For sure, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like always, there's no. It's kind of similar to this topic, but there's no shame in helping the community and making money while doing it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, your music, Hector, he's very influenced by now because of your music. And other artists, they influence people as well. And, there's a lot of like, what do I call it? There's a negative connotation towards people who, not even music, but in other aspects of business and stuff like that, they think that they're not actually trying to make the community better just because they're making money while doing it.
Yeah.
You're saying they feel bad about it?
No, they think they're, how do I say this?
Like mooching off of people?
Yeah, they're mooching off of people.
Yeah.
Just because they're helping the community, but they're making money while doing it.
So they feel bad.
No, I wouldn't say.
I think I get what he's saying. It's kind of like if I get what you're saying. I can't put it into words though. I just fucked it all up. I get what he's saying though. I get what he's saying.
Let me give you a random example. Well, no, that's a bad example.
It's kind of like if you're doing something that's helping people, but if you're making money at the same time, there may be certain people that look at you away because it's like, that
doing the right
these people are sort of
those are just the haters.
Yeah. The haters,
exactly. And that's another that's a big thing with me. It's like, when I do see this success in the future, where I have this X amount of financial backing. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I really want to do, I want to open up. I want to build and kind of found, not really a boarding house, but more so like a college.
Okay.
But it'll be like there won't be classes I don't even know if you would call it a college. And with that being said, like there won't be classes that'll be taught. None of that. You're basically we would basically give a place to live for creative people.
Oh.
And it's like, here's what you can do. You wake up, you focus on your craft. and you don't have to, worry about working to pay your rent and this and that. It's like I know it's such a like weird and outlandish idea, but that's something that y'all would be. Who?
Was it LeBron? Who was like who opened up?
How he opened up the charity? Yeah, exactly, something like that, exactly. But it'll be like specifically for creative people and yeah, it was.
So their task would just be content creating.
Exactly, constantly
that
create.
Is crazy.
Like we don't want you to have to pay rent. We don't want you to have to I would.
At the same time though, you gotta work.
Exactly, you have to. Exactly, you have to. Like we ain't gonna buy your food now. We're not gonna buy your groceries, but we'll have you, put up to where you can strictly focus on whatever it is you want to do and just. Kind of not have to worry, because that's what I feel like most people worry about, having a place to sleep at night, and having somewhere warm to stay in the winter. Exactly. So,
I feel that's the next $1 billion idea.
That's a dope idea.
Yeah,
exactly.
That is, because at some point you're kind of a manager to all those artists, and of course, as a manager, you take a percentage out of the profits of all those artists.
Yeah,
and that. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't even know, like me personally, I don't even know if I would want the percent. I'm just like, live here for X amount of time, 3 years free, focus on your craft, go out and do something with it to where you'll be able to, ultimately provide, everything you need for yourself.
Yeah.
So
but at the same time, maybe like chip in, buy some groceries for
exactly. Yeah. Here and there, make a little donation, or we'll do this little fundraiser, try to pitch in.
Dude, if you ever do that, you're gonna be a legend, dude. Because that's crazy. It's crazy. It's kind of like a a trampoline. You're the trampoline.
Yeah.
It's just so they can get in the
bounce
air,
off. Exactly.
Bounce
get your foot off. Get off the ground. Basically.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, all kudos to you if you don't do it for money, but that'd be how I said. Being a legend, you would be a legend.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Crazy. That is crazy.
Absolutely. Man.
I don't know why, but I feel like I see that idea all over the U.S. right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, because
that's the thing. It's like
building schools or like building stuff.
Basically what he's saying, but in other states and other locations around the U.S. Just creating, basically founding content creators, content. Whoa,
exactly.
Wow, that is crazy.
Because that goes back to what we were talking about off camera. It's like I feel like college is so pushed upon our youth.
Yeah.
When they're, because I don't know about y'all, but when I was in middle school, we had the people coming from different colleges.
We still have that.
You only have 4 years left. What are you gonna do when you graduate 12th grade? And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how I'm about to buy these Jordans next week. You asking me about college? Like I don't even know if I want to go to college.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like if kids had an alternative, I mean obviously you can take up a trade or you can go to a community college, but I feel like just like we were saying with Gary Vee, there's not really a college that's going to teach you how to be a marketer or be a writer. Like there's no school that'll teach you how to be a perfect musician. Like you could go to Berkeley or something like that, obviously, but at the same time, it's like that may not really. You might just get a degree and it may not lead you anywhere.
Even something like what you do, like you can't really take a class on like I've never taken a poetry class or anything, but like even though it's so structured and it's like it's basically like it's like an English class. It's so structured, but like poetry, I feel like nowadays you can just really do anything with it.
Exactly. The rules, the possibilities are endless. They're endless, man.
Yeah, you can't teach innovation, bro.
You can't.
You can't. Like you can't.
I like how you said that.
You can't.
Yeah.
People forget that like Zuckerberg, I think he dropped out. I think Steve Jobs dropped out of college, and it's like these are the guys who we to a certain degree look up to the most. So it's like if they can do it, just like you were saying earlier, what Gary Vee was saying, if they can do it, then why can't why can't I? So
of course,
absolutely.
Yeah, just.
You gotta be focused as hell.
Exactly.
One example about that is there's this program at Harvard, the business branch of Harvard. They have this thing where, their students are going in for entrepreneurship, and at the end of their time at Harvard, they get a loan to start their business. I'm like, that's crazy, because most of the business, because I saw a whole documentary on this. Most of the businesses was just like I would not one day, if I was a millionaire, not one day would I invest into that. There you go. Like it goes back to the idea of you cannot teach innovation. There's no amount of money that you can spend on education that will teach you innovation and, you know, teach you how to come up with something that will change the game or the world.
Exactly.
It's just it all starts here, you know. Everything starts up here.
That seems kind of jacked up now that you think about it, because it's like I know Harvard is like an Ivy League school, so it's like I already have to pay damn near my life's worth of cash to go here.
Yeah, there you go.
Then when I graduate, you're gonna give me a loan that I have to pay back as well, and I'm just like,
for a business that ain't gonna make me money.
There you go. And see, that's the thing. Most of the ideas that were business ideas that the students were coming up with, they were like ideas that were like not $1 million. I don't know what that is. What is?
I think that's my phone.
I think
Excuse that, guys. I'm sorry.
Bruh.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It's
Just stop it. Just scroll down.
Yeah. Physics 240.
Just turn that off.
Midnight Thursday.
Scroll down and stop it.
Yeah. You got some homework.
Is it still going?
Yeah, it's still going. Oh, wait,
The
let
video?
me check it, make sure.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's not. It sucks.
That's alright.
There you go. Yeah, we're back on.
Bruh.
It's alright.
it happens.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens.
It's still going on there.
Good.
But yeah, what I was saying is like most of the ideas that the students were coming up with were like not $1 million ideas.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because the loans that they were getting were $1 million loans, which was, I'm just like, that is crazy.
They should give them a grant.
Oh yeah,
It's
you
like
go, a
you
grant.
have to pay that back. Like, why would you
But
just give me a grant to get myself off the ground? And it's like that goes back to the thing that I want to start. It's like at the end of, you know, their 3 years or however, because it was like I wrote a lot of this stuff down. I probably should have brought it with me, but the way I had it thought up in my mind, it's like, okay, we're gonna treat it like a college. So you would be able to live here 4 years for free, and at the end of your 4 years, you know, this is assuming I have like people who are willing to, you know, invest like millions and millions of dollars into this. At the end of your 4 years, it would give you, I don't know, like 25 grand to basically kind of, you know, get your stuff get yourself off the ground. But yeah, that's a joke, man. Bro, don't. Oh hell no.
yeah.
It's crazy.
But honestly, with the idea that you have, I mean, this is clearly your decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, when you do this. But like, in my opinion, since you're already giving them that jumping board, I feel like they wouldn't need that money at the end of the 4 years. Because it's a great idea. How I said, it's something that I feel like they wouldn't need at the.
You're right.
I feel like they would end up repaying you for helping them.
Now that I think about it, you're right. Because it's like if you're, let's just say you are living rent free for 4 years, you might still want to go out and work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So with you not having to pay rent, just like you said, there's no telling how much bread they would be able to save up. You know, within that 4 years. So that's a dope. I'm glad you mentioned that because I hadn't thought about it.
Of course. Yeah, that's a crazy cool idea, man. That's the next $1 billion idea. That's crazy.
Alright, go. Let's like step back a little bit back into the music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just kind of like going into the future question. You want to give us a little like tidbit on like the stuff you got going on, stuff you got working on, and what you might.
So there's definitely an EP in the works.
Okay, awesome.
I guess you could honestly call it more of an album than an EP because it'll probably be about 8 or 9 songs. So that's not really an EP in my opinion, but whatever you may. But yeah, the ultimate goal is to have out like 4 or 5 singles or just songs in general, even Lucy's that won't be on there, just to kind of continuously, you know, and gradually build on to the, you know, small base of supporters that I do have now. So hopefully I'll be getting those out soon. So
do you have
working on it for a while?
Yes, absolutely, yes. Because I'm a perfectionist. So
of course.
I've gone through maybe 30 beats where I'm like, okay, I like these 10, I like these 12, but now all of a sudden I don't like either of them anymore. So now I'm like, I'll go back on the hunt to find new production, and I think the set of, you know, beats that I do have now are the ones that I'm gonna end up sticking with. So
because you got you don't have an album, right? It's just singles.
I don't know yet. Yeah, everything I have out is on my SoundCloud and my Apple and Spotify. Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you have a prediction or a time frame of when you want to have it released by, or when?
Definitely by the end of the year.
Okay.
And it's so crazy because anytime I would, gain like a new supporter, someone would hit me up on Twitter or something. When's the project come out? This and that.
Yeah.
I would give them a date, and before you know it, it will be 3 days from that date. And I'm like, what am I about to do? I don't have no.
Scratch that.
So yeah, that's why I'm basically now I'm just shooting for sometime hopefully before the end of 2018. I don't want to set like a exact date.
But can't rush greatness,
man,
bro.
absolutely. Yes.
There you go. But yeah, man. Did you have any more questions, Hector? Or subjects, ideas we just wanted to talk about? No? Alright, y'all. Well, guys,
here's a random question.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Gotcha. What's your favorite food?
Yeah, okay.
It's so simple.
Yo.
It's okay to have a list,
Or do
man.
you have like any favorite restaurants here?
So I have to shout out Wilson. There's a place in Wilson called Hibachi 101. I think there's one in Durham, if I'm not mistaken. It's in it's like close to Briar Creek.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It's close to like Briar Creek, but basically it's just like Japanese hibachi. But their what's it called, the yum yum sauce or white sauce, whatever. Their white sauce is like the best white sauce I've ever tasted in my life, bro. It's like the perfect. No.
It's spelled PHO.
No,
it's like ramen.
We have one in Wilson. I've never like stopped to try it.
Good.
I'm gonna have to check.
I've only had it once.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's good.
Yeah.
So that's your favorite place?
It will probably either be that or whenever I have the extra money to spend, definitely crab legs. Like I love seafood.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm a seafood type of
guy.
guy.
I've ever been to a seafood place.
Ever?
No.
Wow.
I mean, my mom makes some at the house.
Yeah, same.
She makes a lot of. I don't know if you ever had like crab soup.
I don't think I've ever had it.
No.
It sounds good though, because I like crab. So it sounds good.
Yeah, same. I've never been to
a lot of fish.
Yeah, fish.
Latino.
Yeah, we've never been to a what do you call it? What's the word?
Pho?
Buffet?
No. Shoot, words are just like sliding through me today.
Moving.
Yeah. Seafood. We've never been to a seafood restaurant. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Okay.
But we've eaten seafood before at home. Yeah, we make a lot of.
I know there's one near here called like the Mayflower. Or something like that.
We have one of those back home too. It's like Mayflower. It's decent. It's dope. I'll eat it every now and then, but
it's not crab.
If it's no, they have crab legs. That's the thing. That's what I'll usually try to get, or either they have like. So the thing with Mayflower, I just moved the phone.
It's fine.
They have this. They have a kids meal.
Okay.
But the kids meal is like the size of an adult plate.
Damn.
So with the kids meal, you'll get like enough shrimp to feed like 4 people, bro.
Damn.
Like all y'all could literally probably eat off that plate, depending on how hungry you are. Like if it's you and your girl, y'all could definitely share a kids meal without a doubt. But it's like they give you so much food, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely have to check this out.
Definitely gonna check it out. Shoot.
It's crazy.
Yeah, guys, this is an honor having you today.
Thank you for having me, man. Thank y'all for having me. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
To that album.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
We did the plug earlier in the video, but do you want to just have a small recap?
Oh yeah,
for those
absolutely.
people who just skipped it to the end.
So social media again, Floyd 2 times FLOYD, TWOTIMES. Spell it all out. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud. And then again, each of the links to my Spotify or Apple Music will be in the bio on one of those social sites. So feel free to follow me. I am on Snapchat. I don't use it that much. But yeah, if you want to follow me on Snapchat, it's like Mayweather. So, like Mayweather. That's it. Follow me on Snapchat. But yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, and just to kind of like start wrapping it up as well. Once they put in where the audience can find them, we like to ask our guests. Instead of us asking them questions, what we like to do is have the guests ask the audience something.
Gotcha.
You can ask them anything they want. It's really delicious what they've been thinking about. And leave that in your wherever they can see. Cool. Anything?
Holy crap.
You could literally take this anywhere.
Anywhere?
Yeah, anywhere.
Anywhere.
Random, deep, anywhere.
Or a thought, or a quote, or whatever.
I think I have a question. So, audience.
Pioneers.
Oh, yeah.
Pioneers. To all the pioneers, I have a question for you. Would you believe either what a deaf man saw with his eyes or what a blind man heard with his ears? Answer this question.
Dang, okay.
Which would you believe?
Eyes.
That's a good ass question, right?
Eyes. Eyes. Eyes.
I would go with eyes as well. And I've asked this question to people a lot. I feel like your eyes will never, like your eyes are only gonna lie to you but so much.
Yeah.
But it's like your ears, you can never really be 100% sure, because the explanation behind it I used to always give people is like, if I were to take like a small pistol, like a 22 or something, and shoot it 3 or 4 times, and then go like 3 or 4 firecrackers right behind it, you wouldn't be able to tell me which one you heard first or which one was which. So it's like, I would probably go with, you know, what the deaf person saw with their eyes.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I'm wishing you asked that because you were asked that too.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Once again, y'all, thank you for watching. Once again, another podcast by
Hector.
My name is Luis, and
I go by the name of Floyd.
Floyd.
Thank you.
Thank
Awesome
you,
guy.
for listening.
Thank you.
Tune in for the next week's episode, and we'll see you on the next one. Hey, lit.
It's lit.
Straight up. I said I'm yelling out straight up. Straight up.